Welcome back. Lebo Sekgobela is known as a gospel powerhouse. Her incredible voice and her lyrical content are so soothing to the soul, making her a phenomenal artist. Her first album, Ke Ngwana Hao, was released in 2013. The same year, she released Ke Modimo, Themba Lami and By His Grace. The album By His Grace featured her hit song Melusi, which became massive on radio and television. In 2016, Lebo recorded Restored. The multi-platinum offering put her on the map, and this is the album that features the hit song Lion of Judah, which became a national anthem. In 2020, she released her album Rebuilding Walls, and she joins us now this morning, and with her is comedian Summary, who will be performing at the Macufe comedy show in Bloemfontein. A very good morning to you too. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning.
And good to have you back on the show, Lebo.
Thank you so much.
How's it going?
All is well?
Yeah, all is well. I can tell. I can see. You know, I mentioned Lion of Judah, which is still popular to date. Why do you think people resonate with this song so much?
So I think probably it came as a song for the season, you know, because I mean God's way of doing things is really, you know, in awe, you know, in us all, and it has been a song that we sang like 2016 and stuff, and it's amazing how it's still, you know, doing well even now. I think it was just a song, you know, for the season to carry us even beyond, you know,
It's still huge, even now, Jay. It's still ringing in my mind now that I've mentioned it.
Like literally, you can't go on stage and then not have it on the repertoire. Like people will really, have a beef with you.
So did it give you so much pressure, you know, to produce a much bigger hit after it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It does give that, but you know what? When I did it, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I don't put myself in the pressure of wanting to please, but I just do what is in my heart and believing and trusting that it will also resonate very well, you know, with the people.
While producing the song, did you know that you are actually producing a hit, or it just happened?
Just happened.
That it just caught by surprise?
It just happened. Like, I didn't even have a PR company, I didn't have a marketing company, I didn't have anything. It was just people who were loving the songs and speaking about, you know, what they're finding. And I remember, you know, this amazing guy, his soul rest in peace, he just passed on recently, and he started saying, you know, there's something like this, you know. And from there, people wanted to know, what is this Nzoro thing? You know, and literally, you know, everybody has been translating. The Xhosas would say, Lebo's busy telling us there's no food. But I mean, you know, above everything else, it's also bringing us together, and it's teaching us that fear is there, you know, strive with you, go through that, you know, depressions and other things. But, you know, under the wings of God, we are safe. So, you know what, so that's where we are. Look at God.
Look at God. Summary, let me also bring you in this conversation. Welcome.
What's going on?
Muma papiro enyu ndaka chengetedzo under your wings. So papiro it's wings. And ndaka chengetedzo himself. So that's your shorter version.
So which means I can go to Chicken Licken and like, can I have 6 papiro?
You see, I'm having comedy.
Actually, it's a good question.
I can about to get wings.
Yes, were you painting something before you came here?
Yeah, actually, like on my off days when I don't do comedy, I'm a very, very busy man. I'm construction.
So you stop painting and you come to Morning Live.
Picasso of comedy.
Man, good to have you on the show, man. So what should we look forward to for your set in Macufe?
Everything about us is Black people, you know. I tell stories about us, the struggles that we went through, the experiences, the behavior, and the transition from, because I come from Orange Farm. So I'm from Orange Farm and I grew up in a shack. So in most cases, I tell those stories about that struggle and the life that I live right now. As you can see by my skin that I'm rich now. Yeah, I'm doing well.
You're doing very well.
So I'm covering both wells. Get a little glow. So go Macufe, I'll be, you know, talking about that, like the life, go Orange Farm and the life now, and just taking people through, you know, we are from like a very, very, very depressing time that lockdown and everything. So this is the first time actually Macufe by a host after 3 or 2 years. So it's everything about, guys, let us thank God that we are alive. And above all the stress and what we've been through, losing our loved ones, we still have time at least to love and say, God, thank you for the gift of life.
You know, you comedians, you guys are such a sport. I mean, your ability to turn whatever adversity or whatever, you know, bad things that are happening into a joke. How do you guys do that?
I think it comes from...
I mean, who would joke about load shedding? I mean,
it's
something
us.
that is so dreadful as load shedding.
Yes, you understand? I do. Guess what's my more what I do after 4 hours.
Yes.
You know, but I think it is that ability that get us through stuff. You know, even because lockdown, or you know what, laughter indeed it is the best medicine, because people were depressed, people were retrenched, and the only time they had to laugh is when we were posting content and doing all those shows. So I think that is why I'm doing this. We are police.
We are police, Summary.
Nala celebrate and 2-1. Yes.
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm going to give you a few seconds to calm down.
Yeah. Like you just made my morning, you know, because I mean, like, you know, from the Val growing up, I grew up also in Orange Farm. That's how we met, you know, and literally everybody would be saying, so there's orange trees in Orange Farm, and like
that's what I thought.
No,
so it's not like an orange farm, a citrus farm.
No, there's
zero. I might check stone farm. Because imagine fake gravel fell. And I said I never roll out some train.
Yeah.
Be orange farm. How to get us thing orange farm? Yo. And what I do me on a choice.
No, moving right along, Lebo. Let's talk about your performance at Macufe. So what should you look forward to?
Sure. I think, just like you said, we've went through so much, and I think now it's just come with a heart of gratitude, you know, just to give thanks, and you know, knowing that we've tried doing certain things on our own, but you know, and now we're truly leaning on the Lord, and we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. We didn't even know that after, you know, the lockdowns and stuff, we'll come into another lockdown of load shedding, you know, but in the midst of all these things, we never give up hope, you know. So I think that's what we're having, you know, just to say, you know, the will of God, and that's why we're singing Ke Ngwana Hao, you know, to say Umoya wami uyakulangazelela. So like there's amazing song, and I'm excited also to be part of that. Yeah.
And I suppose you know, it sort of gave birth to, you know, the significance of the title of your album, Rebuilding Wall. What's that significance?
So the significance, it came very much through 2020. You know, through the lockdown, and you know what, we would see how everything was structured. You know, for you to get into another province, you would need a permit, and then I was going through the book of Nehemiah, and you know, finding that, you know, he knew that the walls were broken. And with us, I think when you were sitting, you see walls of marriage. You know, you get Banban is no longer married to this person. You know, Banban has died. You know, Banban has lost the job. You know, all those things, there were walls that were breaking. You know, and it came into my heart to say, Lord, if you were able to put this into a man to go back and rebuild the fallen walls, what more about us? You know, so while you still have, you know, breath, because time is not on our side, we are living under grace, you know, and I felt like, you know what, I think it's time that we rebuild each other. You know, some has fallen. Other people have fallen even spiritually, you know, they don't even have passion to pray anymore or to go to church, you know, but even through that, we are there to encourage each other, to say, you can still make it, you know, hold on, you know, help is on the way.
We can rise above.
Yeah, we can rise above.
We always rise above.
Definitely.
And you know, apart from your music being, you know, being a ministry, being but it's also soothing. So what is it about music that is so soothing to the soul?
Sure. Literally, it begins with me. You know, I was saying to somebody that I'm also a human being. I go through things. You know, I go through anxiety. I go through, you know, all sorts of things. And I allow it to start with me. I allow God to speak to me first, because, you know, just like him, you know, when he prepares to go on stage and make people laugh, he's also going through situations, and he needs to look at that situation and say, this situation cannot be my downfall.
Okay.
You know, I need to rise above that. So with me, it's I allow the music to speak to me. Then when I go to people, then I interpret it because I've been in it. You know, so it's easier that I give them what I know, that when I say there's hope, you will make it, you know, because I know that, yes, I've passed through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lebo and Summary, great chatting to you, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Lebo Sekgobela, gospel singer, best known for her 2016 hit song Lion of Judah. She just spoke to us about her music and upcoming performance at Macufe. And with her is comedian Summary, who's been painting, you know, a storm before coming to the show this morning. All right, we'll have your sports news in a moment.